At 2,000 likes. Wonderful. So now we can actually get started. So yeah, let me just share the link for the YouTube. All right, so let's get started. Welcome back, everybody, to another live. Hope everybody is doing great. We're back here live on YouTube and TikTok to analyze, trade, and learn. So we are going to get started officially. If this is your first time joining the live, then welcome. It's great to have you here. What I do on the live is analyze the Forex market, and I also share with you guys a little bit tips on trading. It's a great place to learn about trading, from how to get started, how to analyze and all that, especially if you're a beginner. I do come live Monday to Thursday, starting from 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. However, I think I'm going to start coming a little bit earlier. I'm going to change the time to 9:30. I'll start coming live at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time instead of 10:30 because I feel like coming at 10, we're kind of like missing some of the moves that happen in the market already. So yeah, so we'll start coming live at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Okay. So I do have another TikTok account. This is just my backup TikTok, which I'm going to be using to go live. You can follow my main TikTok account, which is um, official trading with Sarah. Okay, official trading with Sarah. You can follow that one as well to stay connected because that's where I make videos and all that. And yeah, and also join the Telegram channel. The link to the Telegram channel is on my bio. So just go on my bio, you see a link there. Click on it. It will redirect you to YouTube. And then from YouTube, you will then see the link to the Telegram channel and everything. Okay. Let me lower the volume because I think it's too loud. Okay. So let's get started. There's three main pairs that I do analyze on the chart. Number one is XAUUSD. Number two is GBPUSD. Number three, AUDUSD. And then also there's Bitcoin. I do analyze Bitcoin as well, but not on the TikTok live. On the TikTok live, I will not be looking at BTC just because it's not, yeah, it's TikTok does not like that. So I'm going to avoid analyzing BTC. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing a separate BTC analysis on the YouTube channel, and then I will be uploading it there for those who want to know what is going to happen with it. Okay. What about US 100? So US 100 is something that I can analyze as an extra pair. Okay. So anyways, let's get started. We're going to start by analyzing gold. Okay. So this is gold here. I have it on my chart. I'm looking at the 15-minute time frame, but I'm going to start. Let's just go straight to the 1 hour because yesterday I came live and we did analyze gold, right? And yeah, and I told you guys two scenarios that was going to happen. Okay. One, it was I was expecting like a short-term sell, right? From this 32.42, short-term sell to at least back down to 31.67 and so on. That is one scenario. And then the second scenario is a buy along. I'm going to avoid saying buy because again, that is words that TikTok does not like. So for buy, I'm going to use the word long, and for sell, I'm going to use the word short. Okay. So for long, I said we need to break above 32.66, right? So if gold can break above 32.66, then this is going to go long. Okay, the price is going to basically go long, and the main target where it is heading to now is basically the previous high, right, on the daily time frame. Okay, the previous high on the daily time frame. So that is basically where gold is getting to. You know, however, if you go on the daily time frame, there's a resistance. Yeah, there's a little bit of a resistance in the way. Let me just check here. Just checking. Okay. Yeah, actually there's no resistance. So the price is gonna go all the way. The next resistance is like around 3429. Okay, so like 3429, 3434. I believe that is where gold is going to get to eventually. Okay, so on this 1 hour time frame, gold has switched. It has switched from a downtrend to an uptrend. Okay, now the switch actually happened. I just looked at it again, later. The switch for gold actually happened back over here. Okay, this is like, you have to be very how do I say this? You have to be very like observant, okay, to be able to catch this. This switch, the markets switch from from a downtrend to an uptrend right over here. This is when it happened. Okay, so this here, price breaking 32.66 is actually not when it switched. Okay, so yeah, so basically that is basically would have been the best area. Okay, this retest here this is like the best area to have gone long on gold, right? As a result of it switching from this bearish trend to an uptrend. Okay. And why is that? Is because, remember, in order for a market to switch from a downtrend to an uptrend, what needs to happen is that the price needs to break above the previous lower high, right? It needs to break above the previous lower high. That's number one signal that will tell us, okay, price is switching. And then the next thing that 100% confirms it is when we break above the second lower high. Okay, so the second lower high is going to be now the key thing. If the price is able to break above that, now we know that the trend has officially switched from a downtrend to an uptrend. Okay, so if we look at this really here, right, if you were following it, you can see we had this. So this was, okay, so where I have the black line was once a support or a low, which price did break, right? So the market, by the way, let's keep tapping on our screen, guys. Let's get the likes to at least 10,000. Okay, so we're sitting at 6.2, but let's get it to 10,000. So initially, this was our previous low, right? So this here was the low, and then basically the price broke below it. So what? Once it broke below it, now we have a new low right here. So this means this here is our previous lower low. This is our new lower. So this is our previous lower low. This is our previous lower high. Okay. So that's the previous lower high. Now price breaks it, creates a new low. So now we have a new low right here. Okay, so now we have a new low right here, and then we have a new previous lower high, which is like right here. Okay, so this is our previous lower high, and then this is the current low right here. So for the price to switch from this downtrend, it needs to break above this low, okay, this high, sorry, this lower high here, which it did. And then the second lower high is also like right at the same area. Okay, so the price did break those two things, which now made it officially bullish, right? So now what the price tends to do once it has basically been able to clear these two lower highs, it will come back for a retest, right? It's going to come back for a retest before it continues buying. Where it tends to come back for retest, it's going to come back to do a retest of this, the low. Okay, it's going to retest the second lower low here. So this is the current lower low. So this is the previous lower low, and this is where the price is going to come back for retest before it continues buying. Okay, so that's, anyway, I just wanted to point that out. But let's see what's happening with gold. Okay, so right now gold is obviously now in an uptrend, right? So we need to basically now mark out the levels. We know that we are in an uptrend now, so we need to basically mark the levels for the uptrend. All right, so in an uptrend, the price is forming higher highs and higher lows, and you want to be looking for long opportunities when the price is coming back to previous highs. Okay, the previous higher high and so on. Okay, so this uptrend here, I will, number one, I'm going to delete this box here because it's no longer, I don't know why I had that. Okay, so now what I want to do, I can see the price is forming a new high, right? This is the current high that the price is forming. Now, before this, our previous high is obviously right over here. Okay, so this is a previous high, and then, okay, and then here is our previous, okay, for this uptrend. Okay, so this is our previous, okay, this is our previous high over here, which the market is just breaking. And then this is our previous low right here, higher low. The price is above this. So if you were looking for a long, the best area to be going long is either number one, when the price comes back to test this as support, then you go long here, okay? Or number two, if there's any internal support, which is right here. Okay, I'm gonna just break this. Yeah. So yeah, so basically that is it. And I don't expect gold. I don't actually expect gold to come back down. Okay, if it's gonna come down, it's most likely gonna touch this 32.53 and then bounce back up. Okay, 32.53. What else? Okay, what else here? Let me actually mark this. Okay, okay. Yeah, okay. So three areas that you can look for opportunities to go long on gold. Number one, you have 32.66. Okay, 32.66. Number one would be a good area to go long. And then number two area to go long, you have 32.52. Okay, so either the price comes back and bounces off from 32.65, or it will come down 32.52 and then it goes long. Okay, now the level price is not going to go back below, it's going to be 32.32. So this is basically an area where you would want to set your SL. Okay, if you're entering, if you're going to enter when the price comes back down to 32.65, okay, which is not 100% guarantee it's going to come, right? But if it does come there, your SL, best place to put it would be slightly below 32, 32, 32. Okay, so that is basically it. It is now officially in an uptrend on the 1 hour time frame. So you want to be looking for opportunities to go long, right? Anytime the price pulls back down, this is your chance to buy. Goes down, you go long. Goes down. This is now the formation that gold is going to start doing. Okay. So initially, when we were in a downtrend, the price was going like this, right? Forming lower highs and lower lows. Now that we are in an uptrend, what it's going to start doing is forming higher highs and higher lows. So you just want to look for long opportunities anytime the price is coming back down to form a higher low. When it does that, then you go long. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it for gold. Look for opportunities to go long at those price levels that I talked about. So guys, let's keep tapping on our screen. We are sitting at 7 points. We're sitting at 7,000. We can get the likes easily to 10,000. So double tap on your screen. Let's get the likes up, guys. Double tap on your screen, guys. Let's get the likes to, let's get it to 10,000. Okay. Share the live with as many people as you can. Remember to join the Telegram group if you're not yet in it. The link to the Telegram group is in the bio. And also, if you want to learn more about trading, you want to learn everything regarding how to analyze, how to strategies that are very effective for analyzing and all that, then make sure you join the June trading class that is starting very soon. The link to register is on the bio, so just head over to my bio and register for the trading class. The deadline to register is May 31st, so make sure you hurry. This is there's 2 weeks, about actually a week and a half. Okay, so about a week and a half left before the deadline to register is here. So anyways, let's head over to the next pair on the list. Okay, we're going to be analyzing this pair here. No, not AUD USD. Okay, GBP USD. Okay, GBP USD is the next pair for us to analyze. Okay, so GBP USD right now, what I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna switch to the daily time frame first. So let me switch to the daily time frame. Okay, let's tap on our screen, guys. Let's get the likes up. Double tap on your screen. What was the reason for the buy signal you shared? So I explained it. I explained it at the beginning of this live session, but I can explain it again. Okay. So anyways, GBP right now on the daily time frame, it is trending up, right? It is trending up. And then what has happened so far? Well, the price, oops, so the price of GBP USD, basically what has happened, all right, we had the price breaking this low right here, okay? This previous higher low, the market actually broke below that, okay? So now this is slightly bearish. Anytime the price does this, what tends to happen is it's going to end up selling back to the next support, which is right over here. Okay, so GBP right now is bearish. As a result of this, I'm expecting it to sell off, right? And it can sell off as long as it doesn't break above this current high here, which is 34.43. Okay, so that 34.40, let's just say 34.44, 45 is basically the area where it shouldn't break back above, right? And then it should sell up. That is what I'm expecting it to do, to sell up. And yeah, so for buy, I wouldn't be buying it, at least not on the daily time frame. I don't see any reasons to buy it. You know, price is literally at the resistance here. It wouldn't make sense to enter any buy on GBP. The best trade for it right now would be a short, right? A short SL above 34, let's say 34.50, right? And then you just target the lows below as your TP. So now let's go on the 1 hour, right? Let's see what the price is doing on the 1 hour time frame. Double tap on your screen, guys. Let's get the likes to, we're sitting at 8.8. Let's get it to 15K. Okay, so this is the 1 hour time frame, okay, for GBP. Okay, let's see what is happening on this 1 hour time frame. Okay, it could be some quick trade opportunity that we could take here. So let's see what is happening. Okay, so let me delete this box here. Okay, so number one, what I see here is that on this 1 hour time frame, we have a high right here. Let me just mark it up. Okay. Okay. So we have this high, and then we have this low right here. Okay. So we have that high and low right there, which this high, the price broke above it, came back for the retest, and then returned back to this high. It failed to hold it. So usually the next thing that's going to happen is going to sell. Okay. So I'm expecting it to now sell all the way back down to, yeah, it should sell all the way back down to like 32.57. 32.57. So let me type this. Okay, so it's set. Okay, dinner beans. All right, sorry about that. Wait. All right, so this is the price target for GUSD. I just shared it in the Telegram channel. I'm going to type it here as well. Okay, so TP1 1.30. So this is the target for GUSD. Okay, so based on the 1 hour time frame, the price should sell back down to around 1.3255. Okay, so far on the live, we've analyzed gold, okay, which is a buy. Gold right now is gonna buy. GBPUSD in the short term is gonna sell. Okay. If you're looking for a buy on GBPUSD, the best area to enter a buy for GBPUSD right now would be down here around 1.3254. So if the price comes down to that level, that would be the like the best area to look for a buy. Okay, down here around 1.3257. I do expect the price to actually to go long when it comes back to that level. Okay, so from here we're going back to this point here, but for now we're about to we're coming back down to this point. Okay, so this is the two things that I'm expecting for GBPUSD within today. Okay, so yeah, so basically that's it for GBPUSD. Let's head over to the next pair, which is going to be AUDUSD. Before I start analyzing that pair, let's answer the question Bright was asking. Okay, I'm going to just quickly answer you. So you were asking what was the reason behind the gold buy? Essentially, the reason for the gold buy is because the price broke above this 32.66 resistance. Okay, so that 32.66 resistance was basically the only thing standing in the way for gold to be able to go up higher. Sorry. So that 32.66 was the only thing that was standing in the way for gold to be able to push higher. Okay. So once gold has been able to break above that, that's what I noticed. I noticed that we finally broke the main resistance, which was preventing the price to be able to go higher. So since the price has cleared that resistance, now it has no other resistances in the way. Okay. It has no other, like, no other barriers that could bring it back down. Okay. So that is why I decided to give out that buy. And yes, we are buying sort of high, but I'm pretty certain about where I believe gold is going. So that's why I decided to give the buy anyways, because I know it's within the next few hours. The next target right now for gold is, well, the next target was this minor resistance, but all these resistances are not going to prevent gold from going higher. Okay. The last one was this one. So since it cleared it, now we have, we have this one here. This is 3283, which is an area. It's of course it's pulling back, it's reacting because it is a resistance, and these are areas for scalping. If you're someone that likes scalping, then all these minor resistance, okay, of all these lower highs are usually good areas for scalping, because when the price approaches these areas on the lower time frames, the price tends to react a little bit, right? It's gonna like pull back down. So it's like good areas for quick sell. Like all of these are good areas for a quick short. If you're someone that's like looking for just quick short opportunities, then you want to look to short all these previous lower highs. Okay. So, but yeah, that is basically the reason for the buy is because that 32.66 was a major barrier for the price. So since the price was able to successfully break above it, now we know that it is going to go up eventually. Okay. I hope that makes sense. Right. So far we've analyzed gold. We've analyzed GBP USD. Now let's take a look at another pair. Let's take a look at AUD USD. Okay. So I'm gonna just bring it up here on the chart. So let's bring AUD USD here on the chart. Let's tap on our screen, guys. Let's get the lights up. That was up. Yeah, so this is my AUD USD chart. Okay. So let's look at it really well. Okay. So we're gonna start off by looking at the daily time frame. Okay. I think we analyzed it yesterday, and I told you guys, based on what I'm seeing, I believe it should sell. Okay. Yeah, so it should sell, and even though it's very, very slow, but it is going to sell. Now, one of the things that's going to make the price drastically sell is once we lose this current support. Okay. So when the price breaks, what up? Let me go back to the daily time frame here. Okay. So this is the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, currently the price is hanging off of this support here of 63.43, right? So if the price comes and is able to break below this, then we are heading down. Okay. So that's the last thing. It needs to break this, like the same way gold cleared off that third resistance, right? And then it just suddenly going up. That's basically the same thing for AUD/USD. For it to start going down drastically, it needs to clear this current support here, which is sitting at 63.40. I'll confirm my call, my two cats. Yes, we're homeless right now. If anyone wants to help, I really need Bitcoin wallets. Okay. Wow. Okay. All right. So yeah, so basically that is it. For the daily time frame, okay, the overall picture, if you zoom out, it's going to go up eventually. Okay, in the long term, I believe it's gonna go up. And you guys can look for buying opportunities to go long, starting from 61.27 all the way down to 59.88. These are good areas to go long. Okay, for AUD/USD, just know when it comes down to that area, we're going to see a strong bounce back to the upside. Okay, because the price switch from this bearish trend. It has officially switched from this bearish trend to now upward trend. So yeah, eventually it's going to start heading higher. Right now it has to come back down to at least this level before it can continue pushing higher. Okay, so in the short term, temporary, you want to look for short. Okay, so I'm switching now to the 1 hour time frame. Okay, let me just switch to the 1 hour time frame so we can see what is happening here. Okay, let's just switch here. Let's check it out. Okay. Okay. So on the 1 hour time frame here, what do we see happening? Okay. So on this 1 hour time frame, what we see is that there is we had a bearish, okay, a bearish move that was happening here. Okay, so this was like a mini downtrend that the price was in. Okay, and then so what do we see? So the price actually broke. Okay, let me actually mark out the levels. Okay, so on this 1 hour time frame, we had this minor trend that was playing out, and then the price basically went back up, okay, to retest this previous lower high, okay, which is a strong area for a short, and price ended up breaking above it, okay, then it came back down, okay, came back down, and now let me mark this somewhere. Okay, so the current low for this downtrend is right over here. Okay, so this is the current low. Okay, but the main thing, okay, so the main thing that needs to happen now, okay, is for the price to break this current low. Okay, so this current low here, which is at 6356, that's the next thing that needs to happen. The price is heading towards that to break that. Okay, all right, so now let's see what's happening over here. Okay, so over here we also literally have the same structure. Okay, the same structure that we had playing out here is literally also playing out right here. Okay, so over here, what do we see? Let me actually mark it. Let me delete this. Okay, so over here we also have another bearish structure. Okay, so the price broke this low here, or okay, so it's actually, this is the one here. Okay, so it broke this lower low. Okay, and then this is the lower high right here. Okay, so the price basically went back to the retest. Okay, and it came to, okay, it came to this resistance right here. This is the internal resistance, and then it did react. Okay, you can see that it did react, and then it sold off, came back to the current low, and then it held it, right? So whenever the price is holding the current low, it tends to now push back up higher. And now this time around, what did the market do? It went back to this lower high, right? Which is a strong area for a short. So the price came to that lower high, and then it started going down. Okay, so now the current low needs to get broken. It hasn't gotten broken yet. The current low is, let me actually mark it. So this is the current, let me just mark it here. Okay, so this is the current low here, and yeah, we can see the price hasn't broken that low. This is, it's coming back here the third time. Okay, The first time around, it came to this low, was right here, okay, and then it did hold it to go up. Now, this is the third time that the price is revisiting this low, okay? Usually when the price is coming back to a support, right? This low here is an area of support. Price is coming back there the third time. Guess what? Third time, there's a high chance it's going to be able to break below it, right? So I wouldn't look for a buy here just because this support here is no longer strong enough for the price to actually hold. It might just hold it a little bit, but what the market is going to do is it's going to want to break below this current low here. Okay. So for you, what does this mean? For you, you want to be looking for a short. Okay. You want to be looking for a short. Now, of course, the best area to have entered a short would have been all the way up here, which is a move that you technically missed out on. Okay. If you didn't short here, you missed out on it. Okay. So now what you want to do is wait for the price to pull back to resistance level for you to actually look for a short, right? The price is currently at this support. You don't want to look for a short when the price is at a support, even if we know that there's a chance it might break it. Still, always make sure you're not shorting at a support, okay? So you want to short at a resistance, okay? So if you look at this downward movement here, right, this is basically okay, this is another bearish move that the price is forming for you. So what does this mean? You now, okay, look for what the resistance is. So this is the current low, this is the previous lower low, okay? So if I mark this like this, okay, I feel like I'm having way too many lines, okay? So I have marked this like that. So if I want to look for a short on AUD USD, I would wait for the price to pull back to this resistance here, which is 64.28, and then I can enter a short at that area, okay? So what does this mean? Look for a short on AUD USD when the price pulls back up to this resistance, which is sitting between 64.24 and 64.27. All right, if you're going to short it from here, just make sure you set your SL above the next resistance. Okay, the next resistance, which is, of course, this one here. Okay, every time, whenever you're shorting from a previous lower high, you want to make sure you set your stop loss above the next lower high because you don't want to get stopped out. Sometimes the price tends to break this lower high and then it will come back down. Okay, so the area to short AUD USD is starting from 64.24 to 64.28. Okay, so I'll just set an alert at that area. Okay, I'm gonna set an alert at that area. That way, when the price comes there, then I will look to enter a short at that area. Okay. The reason why I'm shorting is because I'm expecting the price to continue selling down, right? I'm expecting it to continue selling down. And the first target where I want to see AUD USD get to right now is this current low here, 63.43. Right now, for me to enter this short, I want to enter at a resistance. I never want to enter a short at a support. So I'm going to be patient and wait for the price to push back. If it does, this is the only time I'm going to enter a short. However, if it doesn't push back to that resistance, then it just means that I missed the trade, which is fine. You just wait for the next setup. Okay. You just wait for the next best area for you to enter the trade. Okay. Because the key thing is your stop loss, right? If you just enter randomly right here, where are you going to set your stop loss, right? Your stop loss is they will you wouldn't really be able to put your stop loss at a reasonable area if you're just entering the short at a support. So yeah, so basically that is AUD USD. Look for a short around 60, 64.24, 64.28. Okay, so far we've analyzed AUD USD, we've analyzed gold, which is actually not even moving right now. I can see it on my other screen, it's barely moving, it's still in the same spot. All right, and then we've analyzed GBP USD, which should sell, all right, but the price is it's also not moving. Okay, usually this time around the market tends to not move as much, but yeah, that's pretty much it. It's not moving. So the trade that we are on right now is on gold. Okay, we are on a buy for gold. This is a long-term price, a long-term trade that we're going to be in, right? If the price pushes back down to 32.66, for those who haven't entered the long on gold yet, you can look for the long around 32.66. Okay, if you haven't entered. So gold is one trade that we are in, and then the other trade is GBP USD. Okay, so GBP USD, that's the second trade that we are in. Okay, so yeah, so I think that's it. I'm done with the analysis for those three pairs, GBP USD, AUD USD. So next on the list, let me look at, I saw a request. I don't know if the person who wanted me to analyze US 100. If you're still here, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to open up Euro JPY next. Okay, let's take a look at Euro JPY, see if we can find any trading opportunities. Okay, let's see. Let's tap on our screen, guys. Double tap on your screen. Let's get the likes to 15,000. Double tap on your screen. Let's get it to 15,000. Yeah, I'm going to start off by looking at the daily time frame. Okay, I want to start off by looking at the daily time frame here. Yeah. Okay, so this is Euro JPY. Okay, looking at it on the daily time frame. Right, so back here in the past, price was in an uptrend, right? It was in a nice uptrend. This uptrend ended once the price broke the low, this low right here, right? This is 167.51. It broke below that and now started going down. Okay, now ever since it started going down, what happened here is that the market basically created this resistance here. Let me actually mark it. So right here, okay, so we had this resistance here. Okay, so this is the previous lower low, this is the current low right here. Okay, so yeah, so basically AUD USD basically went back to do a retest, right? We had an internal resistance here. Can't really see it on the daily time frame. Let me switch to the 1 hour time frame. Switching to the 1 hour time frame so we can actually see this better. Okay, so at what point did it start selling up? Okay, let me mark all the internal resistance that I see on this chart. Okay, so this is the candle that broke this low here. Okay, so in terms of the internal resistance, we have one right here. Okay, let me actually mark it. Okay, so we have this internal resistance here, this black box. That's one. Okay, so I'm going to extend this all the way to the right and check something here. Okay. So looking at it, all right, I'm here. What I see is that what I see here is that it actually didn't respect this internal resistance because the price actually did break above it. Okay, you can see when it came to this internal resistance, the market actually we got a bullish candlestick that closed above that resistance. So this is not going to work. Okay, so I'm going to go and look at the next internal resistance. Okay, so let's look at the next one, which in this case is this one right here. Okay, so I'm going to now move to the left to see how the price reacted to this one. Okay, so I'm here at the next one, and what do we see? It actually did get rejected. Okay, so price made it all the way to the top of that internal resistance. And remember, the confirmation we're looking for is rejection, right? The price did get rejected right here, so it started selling off. Okay, started selling off, and then usually when the price sells up from that internal resistance, right, the target is the main target is the current low, which in this case is right here. Okay, so this is the main target where the price is supposed to get to. However, if it doesn't get there, it can also make its way halfway to that point, right? So what do we see? Euro JPY, ever since it got rejected at this internal resistance, it actually sold off quite a while, right? It did sell off all the way down. It made it very close to the current low, which is actually great. So this would have been a nice sell. Okay, so I'm going to extend this because this is still an important level that's going to determine whether Euro JPY is going to be able to break to go higher or not. Okay, so what's going to happen is this level here, this 166.60, is an area that if Euro JPY ends up breaking back above, it's going to go higher. Okay, so you can set an alert for that price level. Okay, so this is 166.60. All right, just set an alert there. That way, if the price no sounds. Can you guys hear me on YouTube? Can you hear me? Let me know in the chat box. Can you guys hear me on YouTube? Yeah, you guys can hear me. Okay. So Kelly, I think the problem is with your device. So we'll look to fix it. Okay. So what was I saying? So Euro JPY set an alert for 166.60. Once the price breaks above that, it's going to buy long. Okay. All right. So now that is like bigger price movements that I just analyzed. Okay. Of course, we know that for the price to get to that, it's not going to happen anytime soon, right? It's not going to get there anytime soon. So what we want to do now is look at what is happening right now. Okay, look at what's happening right now so we understand where the price is going. Okay, we want to figure out this structure here, whether it is bearish or it is bullish. Okay, so I want to, number one, figure it out here. Okay, so number one, let me delete all of these. Okay, Number one. What do I see here? Okay, I can see the price, over time it has been going like higher and higher. Okay, it's been going up higher and higher. Yeah. And then the current high as of right now is right over here. Okay. So that is the current high here at 165.22. This is the current high. The previous high is right over here at 164.64. Okay. So I'm going to mark that level. Oops. I'm going to mark that level down here. Okay. So current high, let me actually zoom in a little bit. Okay. Hold up. Okay. Okay, so the music just ended. Let me just restart it. Yeah. So this is EUR/JPY. Okay. So we want to figure out what is the current trend. Is the price in an uptrend, downtrend, or what? Okay. So this is the current high here. The previous high is right here. Okay. Previous high is this 164.92. 164.92 is the previous high. Okay, so let me zoom in. So this is our previous high right there. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I will mark that level and then I mark this low as well. Okay, so what happened, right? The price, we visited this lower or higher low here and it broke below it, right? So this is bearish. The price entered a downtrend. Once it did that, it broke below this higher low here. So, and then the confirmation was given once it actually broke the second lower low in this case, or sorry, the second higher low, okay, which in this case is right here. Okay, so Euro JPY, okay, enter the downtrend. Okay, first sign of a downtrend began when we broke this low here, and then it will finally confirmed once we broke this low. Okay, so now it is now heading down. Okay, so now on this daily time frame, it is bearish. Okay, the structure here, it is bearish. Now the price is forming what we see, lower highs and lower low. Okay, so currently, now let me delete all these because it's no longer important. That was just so that I can show you guys what's happening. Okay, whenever you're analyzing, always make sure you go and look what has happened on the left side. That way you're going to be able to better understand what's happening on the right side. Okay, so now I understand what happened on the right side. I was able to confirm that yes, truly this chart or this market has entered a downtrend. So now I want to be trading with the trend, right? In a downtrend, I want to be looking for opportunities to short, right? So looking at this chart here, our current low, this is our current low, correct? So that's our current low. Our previous lower low in this case is this thing right here. Okay, so this 162.46 is the previous lower low. Okay, and then the previous lower high in this case is this right here. Okay, so this is the previous lower high. I mark these levels down so I understand where the price is at this point in time. Okay, so what has happened so far? Okay, so price of Euro JPY basically came to the lower lower high, and guess what? It actually broke above it. Okay, we got a break. Okay, the price actually closed a bullish candle above this lower high. Okay, now this is a signal for a possible buy. Okay, this is usually a signal for a possible, like, it's showing you that the market is changing direction. There is going to most likely going to buy higher. Okay, now the price can only do that without breaking below. Okay, if this breakout is real, if truly the price is going to go up, then this low has to be protected, right? The price shouldn't break below it shouldn't break below that low. Okay, this low now becomes the level for protection. So now what do you want to do? You want to look for opportunities to go long when the price comes back down to this low. Okay, so this is the previous lower low. This is the previous lower high. Price has broken above the previous high. What do? You patiently wait for the price to return back to that previous lower low around that area. Then you will look for opportunities to go long. That's it. So right now the chart is looking like it should be going up. That is the expectation. Where did you want it to buy? You would have wanted to go long around 162.47, 162.59, and then you set your stop loss slightly below this low here, this current low, which is at 162.15. Okay, so yeah, and then the target as of right now, where is the price supposed to go to? Yeah, so the main target is obviously going to be this high. Okay, if you're going to go long at this 162.46, 47, you would have target 163, 163.34 as your TP, which the price actually came to already, like at least it made it almost very, very close to that point. It got there, it got rejected, and now what happened is coming back down again to the support. All right, so use the support again to bounce back up. Okay, so all right, so basically now it's looking like, okay, so the next thing that needs to happen is the price needs to break this current high. Okay, it needs to break this current high, but the fact that the price returned here and then it got rejected, this is actually not, okay, not a good sign. So what would I be doing in this case, right? In this case, I'm going to now wait to see one of two things happen. Okay, I want to see the price break this current high. Okay, if the trend is going to continue, I want to see the price break this current high, right? For me to be 100% sure it's going to continue. However, if it doesn't break it, then it's going to go down. Okay, now for the price to go down, this current low needs to get broken. Okay, so the price is in the middle. Okay, one of two things can happen. Either one is going to sell off to break this low and continue heading down, or the price is going to push up to break this high and continue heading higher. Okay, those are the two possible scenarios that could play out for this chart here based on the daily time frame. Okay, that's basically what can happen based on this daily time frame. Okay, so now let's head over to the 1 hour time frame and really see what is going on. Okay, so we've broken down what is happening on the daily time frame and all that. Or was this okay? This was the 1 hour. Never mind. I don't know why I thought it was the daily time frame. So this is the 1 hour. Okay, so that is basically it. In the 1 hour time frame, one of two things is going to happen. Either we're going to anticipate a continuation, okay, a buy for the price to continue buying, right? And then, yeah, we basically start heading higher and higher. Or if the price wants to continue selling off, then what it needs to do is it needs to now break this current low. Okay, but right now, what is looking more favorable is the buy. Okay, so for now, your mindset should be okay because the price broke this low here, right? It broke this lower high here. This means that there's a possibility it's going to go up. So I want to be on the buy side for now, right? The only time I'm going to switch from the long side to the short side is when the price gives me a reason to no longer believe it's going to go up. And that is, for that to happen, it needs to break this current low, right? So if the price breaks that current low, then it's now telling you that, hey, I actually want to continue heading down. Forget about the long. I'm not going long. I'm going to continue heading down. Okay. So for now, for Euro JPY, be on a long. Okay, be on a long until, unless the price breaks below 162.46. Okay. If it breaks below 162.46, then you can switch to a short. Okay. And yeah, so that's pretty much what I see for Euro JPY. All right. That's what I see. I think it's gonna buy. Okay, as a result of this breakout here, it should, right? Although it did get rejected here, it could still, uh, it still has that chance to, uh, so yeah. And as of right now, the best areas to be looking for long is sitting between 160, 62.46, 162.51. This is where you want to be looking for your longs. Okay. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. There's nothing else that could be said about this pair. Okay. Yeah, there's nothing else that could be said about this pair. You want to look for long, and yeah, so target as of right now, if you enter the long, the target is 163.38. Okay, 163.38. So I'm done with the analysis for Euro JPY. I've analyzed that. I've analyzed GBP USD. Okay, so GBP USD, the trade here is a short. Okay, so the trade for GBP USD right now is a short. Okay, is a short, and then long around 1.3256. Okay, that's GPUSD. For gold, the trade here is a long. All right, long gold starting from 32.66. All right, 32.66, 32.52. Do the areas where you want a long gold. And then what else did we analyze? We also analyze AUD USD, which, like I said, is also, this one is a short. Yeah, this one is a short. And where you want to short AUD USD is, you want to short it around 64.24, 64.28. Okay. And then lastly, we analyze Euro JPY, which is, for now, it is going to go long. Okay, that's what the market is showing us. It should go long. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. I think we're gonna end the live. Do you trade US30? No, I don't. The only pairs that I tend to trade is gold, GBP USD, and AUD USD. That's the main pairs. So that is it, guys. I'm going to end the live here. So thank you so much for joining today's live. I hope you guys enjoyed it, learned one or two things. Make sure to join the Telegram channel. Link is in the bio. And also register for the trading class. If you want to learn how to trade, how to analyze the market, make sure you sign up for my upcoming trading class. Right? The deadline to register is May 31st. And the link to register for the trading class is on my bio. So just head over to my bio right now, click the link on there. You will be redirected to my YouTube channel. And then on the YouTube, go to my About section, click the Google form registration, and then just fill the information. And then I'll get back to you within 24 hours. Would you recommend US30 to a beginner? Not necessarily, okay? There's no pair that is beginner friendly. The thing you need to consider when it comes to which pair to trade is your account size, okay? What is your account size? Are you trading with a huge amount of money, or are you trading with a small amount of money? That's the thing that will determine what is the best pair you should be trading. If you're trading smaller account size, then you don't want to trade pairs that is extremely you know, that is extremely volatile and requires you to have a huge stop loss, right? So US 30, I know that that pair moves by a lot, right? So your stop loss will need to be huge. But if you're trading pairs like GBP USD, Euro USD, AUD USD, then your stop loss is not going to be that much, right? So it depends on your account size. Okay, so that is it. Thank you for joining today's live. Thank you for the likes. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 10 or at 9:30. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Have an amazing, successful, profitable day. Take care, guys. Bye for now.